When it comes to single-shot racking systems, the market has certainly seen its fair share of saturation in the systems that are available to shooters. But through all of that noise and every spinoff, there isn't anything that compares to the Pyro industry's OG OEM, CraigCo. Pyro's been buying CraigCo since the very beginning. Brian Craig's product quality, craftsmanship, customer service, and attention to need-driven detail. It's second to none in the space. CraigCo's Mincom single-shot holder line is the ultimate freedom for show designers who value options and flexibility in their site pictures. While CraigCo offers standard product lines, sure, Brian is the industry's authority on mechanical design and fabrication. If you have a mounting or rigging idea, Brian and the CraigCo team can help you bring that vision into the world. Wheels, ladders, the whole shebang. If you can dream it up, Brian can help you make it a reality. So consider your application, don't skirt on quality, and choose the original American-made racking OEM that continues to write new innovative chapters to the book that they wrote. Visit CraigCo at craigco.co, CraigCo.co, and experience the difference.
On air.
It's not crashing. All right, I think this is good.
All right, I don't need that.
This is too much stuff. Do you think that for the scenes in OBS, do you think I should go from a menu of like 500 different things and then just place the ones like a sub menu on the side where it's like, here's the scenes that you're going to use in this episode? I think that sounds like a good idea.
You've got mail.
All right.
You're speaking Greek to me.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Just agree with me.
I just let him do his magic, and
I did.
I clicked the little link to show up. And
I'm just here to make things harder than they normally are.
Success. All right, well, let's do that. And where's my notes?
Welcome to the Rhythm Pyro Podcast, where Posey, AJ, and Jamie ignite your passion for pyromusical show design while testing the very limits of your capacity for stupid.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's got to be just, if it's just in the left channel, I think that's just in
I want to see your beautiful faces. Why can't I see anybody?
What are you talking about?
I just got a black window.
yeah, same here. Once the intro animation went away, it's just a black window.
God.
Jeez.
Dude.
Feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
I can't.
There she is.
Yeah. See, you can't, I can't produce and host at the same time. I can't be trusted with this crap.
Time to hire a producer.
Can't do everything.
All right.
Can't do
welcome
everything.
to the Rhythm Pyro Podcast. I'm Bo. That's Jamie.
Yeah.
And that's Den.
Hello.
And Den. And we're hobbyists and semi-professional pyro show designers. And this podcast is a place to get together, talk shop, fireworks, art, share tips, tricks, news, and insights with you, the listener, who also probably likes those things.
And you.
Who? You. Me?
And you.
And me.
No, you.
Okay. Weather. Go join the Discord. There's lots of cool things happening there. Neil taught me something about Finale 3D today that I didn't know before. So that was really cool. Did you see that there's an inventory feature for hobbyists?
No.
Yeah. So
what?
Yeah. So exactly.
What?
Well, it's not as robust as the other ones, and you can't use like a specific database. You have to use the My Fireworks database, but you load all of your stuff into your My Fireworks. That way, it's on your cloud, and then you load all your available stuff into the available inventory. And then once you're done designing your show, there's a command that deducts it from your My Fireworks.
What?
Yeah,
I need that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So you don't have to, you technically don't have to use an Excel spreadsheet or like a Google
or not
sheet.
update it.
Yeah, exactly.
And send it to your friends.
Uh-huh.
I'd say, well, that one's it. I'm out of. You took it. Yes.
So go join the Discord. Neil will teach you something. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Learn you something.
Yeah, all right. Well, he's going to learn you something. Then thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. We couldn't do this without you guys. If you want to become a Patreon supporter, go check out Patreon, patreon.com/rhythmpyro.
And you could get a coaster.
Yeah, and you can get a coaster. At the end of the year, there might be a different coaster, but you get a coaster. And then you get do you have your membership card too, then?
I do, but it's buried somewhere. I do have my membership card. It didn't make it into the wallet, though.
Yeah, you know who else does not have their membership card? Dana. It was the first thing that he asked me when he got to COBRACon, too. He came over, he's like, hey, buddy, I'm so glad and happy to see you. You got my coaster and my card? Nope, I forgot it. Sorry. My bad, man.
It's in the mail.
It's in the mail. Yeah, it got lost. You know,
It's because he's a mongoose, dude.
Customs, man.
The Canadian Post.
It did make it through
The
customs.
Canadian Post screwed it all up.
Oh, poor Canada.
Yeah, poor Canada.
From the fine folks at the COBRA Firing System Desk, fireworks are more than just the shows. They are about the people behind those shows, the people who make the industry special. COBRA Firing System is proud to support the Rhythm Pyro podcast, crazy people, and the passionate pyro community that continues to push the craft forward. Thank you, Scott, and everyone over at COBRA for supporting this show. It means a lot. And everyone else, go visit CobraFiringSystems.com.
That's right. 'Tis the season. Go stock up and, make sure you got new batteries in all of your gear.
And extra ones in your toolbox.
Extra ones in your toolbox. You need those.
Yeah.
And balls. Don't forget your balls.
And your balls. What'd you do to that one? Cut that one open, huh?
I stuck my finger in it.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know what he did with that one.
Can't you tell? It's on my finger. I was stress ball in it and it cracked and I just stuck my finger in it.
Walker.
I call it Gorin.
All right, so we're gonna do something special this week. I think this whole episode is going to be a Cake Talk Blitz. Right. And what do I mean by Cake Talk Blitz? You know, we're all pyro designers, and the 4th of July is first and foremost. It's a patriotic holiday, and red, white, and blue fireworks are immensely popular throughout for everyone's show needs. Period. No matter. If you're a poo-pooer or an elitist, and we're pyromusical show designers, and a lot of times we tend to want to stay away from red, white, and blue because we think it's overused. But, first and foremost, the name of the season, every single 4th of July, what we do every single year is red, white, and blue. And with the 250th, America's 250th anniversary right around the corner, I think it's really important that we're going to hit on a topic tonight that a lot of designers want, regardless if we think we want it or not. We need to know some of the coolest red, white, and blue fireworks that are available. So as always, when we talk product, we talk with our good buddy Den Fireworks. Go check him out on YouTube. He's quite simply one of the most informative YouTubers when it comes to breaking cakes apart and breaking down exactly what's in these cakes and then giving you good quality performance videos.
He's okay.
He's all right. He's actually great. He's actually wonderful. But you do it with both consumer and pro line items. And this week, what we've done is all three of us have loaded in three different items, consumer items or pro items, into a list of, I guess, staple red, white, and blue products that would be good supplements to your shows and pyro musicals for various reasons. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw them out one by one. We're going to kind of analyze them and give you guys some tips and pointers on places where they might be useful, and, tell you, just clue you in on how we use them and how we like to use them, and hope that you get something out of that. So with that said, let me switch views here. Den, do you want to kick us off, my dude? Let me go to this guy.
I can do that.
My dude. Actually, hold on. We can't do an entire Cake Talk episode without doing this.
Cake Talk.
We can't do this. It has to happen.
I need a copy of this footage. Like, really?
It has to happen.
It's on YouTube.
It has to happen. Okay, so now I'm going to go to...
I like
this
that one
view.
just because of the paper.
Yeah.
I would buy that one for the wrap.
Yeah, and that's what made me originally look at it as well. So one thing I'm always pushing is 200 gram zippers. I love a 500 gram zipper. They cost a ton of money though for what you get. The 200 gram ones are just a sweet spot for it. This was under $10 a cake, I think,
Wow.
getting a case of it. And it comes 12-1. And it's a red, white, and blue zipper.
I got a comment.
You do get some brakes in it as well, as we can see with the larger
Yeah.
brakes in it. But it's a red, white, and blue zipper that you can throw tons of stuff up over it.
How is this compared to like a Mega Mini?
It's a slower pace than the Mega Mini.
Yeah.
You do get more brakes with the mines in it than the Mega Mini.
Yeah.
But height-wise and everything, it's pretty much the same. It's the same size bores, same little common brakes on it.
Yeah.
But I like that this is a slower one as well. It gives you more time to throw those effects in the back.
Yeah.
And it is just a really pretty little zipper.
And it's like the brakes seem to really get up there too.
Yeah.
For a little one.
Yeah. Epic is doing some great stuff.
I like,
and like that blue's get a
that
nice
blue
burn
looks
on it.
Really nice.
And then you get those like falling leaf brakes first.
Yeah.
That are the red and blue. Then you get real brakes. Now it speeds up with mixing the colors. So it alternates nice too. And price performance, this is great. And with it coming 12-1,
Yeah.
throw a bunch of them up at separate stations.
Yeah. For
Have
sure.
them all going at once. And now you throw some red, white, and blue canister shells, or Dominator's got the 62 millimeter red, white, and blue.
Yeah. I mean, if you take that, like something,
Welcome back.
something little like this, is something little like that, you know, of spreading it out and positioning it across the field. You know, even though like the fusing patterns between each of the rows, it's a good way to add seemingly some randomness, it seems like, you know, because like just in the way that it burns, and if you put up enough of that stuff across the field, I think like that always translates really well during open sections of a pyro musical when you're trying to give a sense and conveyance of, you know, excitement and randomness, if that's what you're going for.
Right. And what I'll do sometimes is have two at the same station, but facing in different directions. So
Yeah.
while one's going right, one's going left. And it'll give you kind of that X look to start with as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, of course, fuse is fuse. So it is going to vary. It is going to wander when you've got that many bores.
Yeah.
But it does add that little bit of chaos to it, which if you're doing a frantic red, white, and blue section, sometimes you want a little chaos on it too.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's what I'm saying. And like there's a lot of value in the number of cakes that you get in a case with this. So covering your entire front line with these is a great way to completely saturate your low and your low mid. With these, it almost looks like the brakes probably get up into the mid somewhat. You know, they're not super prominent, it seems, but like it's just a great way if you put a couple of these mirrored almost, you know, one starting left to right, one starting right to left, right in front of each other. And then you do enough of that across the field. Great way to saturate your low.
And you can get 12 of these for 1.5 500 gram zippers.
Yeah.
You know,
Makes
that's
the 24th position shoot site affordable.
yeah.
Love it, dude.
Nice. I'd love 200 grams.
Yeah, man. You can get so much value out of 200 gram cakes for sure.
And you can improve the show doing 3 of those versus just the one position as well for less money. You're filling up more of the sky. I'm always pushing the 200 grams and especially the zippers. I splurge on 500s now and again.
Yeah.
But it hurts writing out that check, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it, dude. Jamie, what is your first item?
It's a great question, Bo. Let me tell you, we're going to let the most wonderful man on earth talk about it, but I cannot seem to find it in the list of stuff on this little tiny thing. What'd you do with it?
You can't tell.
Is it that one?
Is it that one? There it is.
All right, you're driving now.
Yeah, where's that play button? So this is a compound cake, which has so many options. Put it together as a compound cake. You got a 168 shot cake, or guess what? You have 4 500-gram cakes. It's great.
So hold on. Let's do. This is RA. This is Raccoon's Salute to the Nation, 168 shot RMB compound cake, RA 168 S4 2CX4. Is that right?
2 Charlie Xavier 4.
Perfect.
Yep.
And it is a 1 to 4 because all 4 cakes combine to make one large compound.
I just wish it passed fire on this one.
Well, there's rules to that. But that makes it great because you can shoot them as individual cakes.
Yeah.
Well, what I like about Raccoon compound cakes as well is they list the EX number and the cake. And it's all cakes that they sell individually as well.
Yeah.
So if you really like cake 1 and 2 in this, you could just buy the cases of that.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. So they provide you with you with different item codes. It's the dash number
And a
and the
description.
nomenclature.
Yeah, but those will tie back to what the actual Proline cake is usually.
Okay.
Right. They take 4 Proline cakes and combine them into one cake to give you a variety of effects.
Which sometimes hurts you on their compound cakes because the connectors don't line up and you have to take them out of the box and like do stuff weird. But
Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, so wait a minute. Like, is that like you would have to shoot it oriented the other way to get it to connect? Or is it just they shorted it?
no,
in
you
that
got to
fast
kind of
that-
like, you got to kind of line them up in the field across or have them kind of going across diagonal.
Huh. Yeah, that's weird.
I know a guy who's got some videos of the weird hookups on them. This one was fine though.
Yeah. That's good. All right. So
But
let's
then
see.
you also have 4 different cakes you can use in 4 different positions.
What do we got, Jamie? We got RA168 S4 2C, which that's the same across
They're
all
all the
these.
same.
Yep, and then
Just
they got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Dash 1, dash 2, dash 3, and dash 4. All right. Go with,
So you're going to have a blue tail, a red dahlia, blue star, and white strobe, hitting all the colors of red, white, and blue. You're going to have some hard hits in there. It fills the sky very nicely in your medium level. Your second cake is going to be red tailed, a silver scrambler, blue stars, and red strobes, hitting all 3 colors again, being stereotypical for the 4th of July celebration, but it's still a great thing to do. Might as well be patriotic. You got blue tailed, a Silva, not silver, but Silva lace.
Sylvie lace.
Yeah.
And red dahlia.
That Sylvie
Dahlia.
lace is like high end, super rare.
It is.
You want it.
It is. It's much more vibrant than silver.
Yes.
It's got more of a white glitter to it. And then we got the silver coconut. So it's more of a dollar version.
It's the not as
but it's
good.
still
Yeah,
great.
right, the not
They
as
couldn't
good
still
one.
great.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
couldn't
still
go
great.
all expensive all the
But
time.
it's a silver coconut. So coconut's a unique little tail to crackling, yes,
Okay.
flower, red strobe, and blue star. So we hit all the colors and a variety of different effects, giving your crowd something to not redundantly repeat and be waiting for the next effect. So let's see what it looks like.
Cercis. I kind of wanted.
It's French.
Let's fast forward to the part where Den tries to say that word. Cercis.
There it is.
Raccoon ones that I have had to mix the cake
Huh.
around for to get it as they say it's going to be. Well, this one is the
Here it is.
That one was actually right. They just put it in different. Red strobe and stars. It is cake 4. Well, I think they did say like.
Oh, yeah, they
It's
didn't
out
put
of
that on
order.
there at
It
all.
was
So
out of
hold on
order.
a second.
It was out of order.
On the box, or is it out of order?
It was turned around wrong in the
Didn't
box.
open it backwards.
Oh, but it said cake 4 on it.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Wasn't that in cake?
Yeah, service.
No,
Look at
but it
that.
wasn't like crackling magic flour on the
Yeah.
cake itself, though.
So that's probably supposed to say circus.
Circus? It's a circus.
It's French for circus.
What is the right? What is circus in a fireworks effect? Is it like go-getters or
Magic.
something?
It's magic.
Somebody's trying to get clever.
Crackling magic flour.
Interesting.
You know what that means? We all know what that means.
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it.
If you know,
Got
you
it.
know.
Should have no problem passing fire on these. They should, but they did.
We'll roll that up to operator error.
Oh yeah, because I've never done a compound cake before.
It's like Tommy Boy on the airplane. You stick the little end into the big end, and if you can't figure out how that works, we'll hit someone. Tommy send you back and hit you in the head with a tack hammer.
Here's the thing, though. I've had 4 compound cakes not pass fire out of 40. Three of them were raccoon.
No kidding. Have you looked in there to see if does it just lack the black match in the port?
No, on the camera even, I looked in. I'm like, oh, the black match is sticking out. Beautiful. This is great.
No kidding. Jeez. So what caliber are these, Den? Do you remember off the top of your head?
I think they were 1 inch.
1 inch?
Are they 1 inch?
Yeah.
I think they were an inch. They might have been 30, 1.2, but I think they were an inch on it.
We could probably listen to the whole thing and you'd tell us, huh?
Yeah, but people don't get time for that, man.
Yeah.
Trust me, you skip right to the...
Yeah.
Show
Let's go to the
potatoes?
first part.
Oh, jeez.
It does look beautiful. It looks so much more intimidating with the tops off like that.
Oh, it does.
It does.
And yeah, I had to cut the sides down too, because
So
look at
much
those
more
spores
imposing.
angled
And
out.
if you're going to do the compound, shooting them in the box is ideal.
Oh, I bet. It's the only way you can get the pass fire.
Look at that. Look at that
to match
strobe
up.
in
Their
blue.
That's
their
really nice.
blue strobe is so good. So good.
See, it does exist. Blue strobe.
So,
Thank you.
But why don't they put that in a break? Is it that expensive, you figure, to make?
I don't know.
not sure.
I think it's because they need to make it bigger
Yeah.
so the strobe can burn up, where you couldn't do it as a lace.
So we could have an 8-inch 1.3 shell that goes 200 feet. Blue strobe.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it looks, I mean, the rising effect on the blue pearls looks hella vibrant, but maybe that's it. Maybe
Even
it's
through
just
the
a
smoke.
super
Oh god, it was so smoky
expensive
that night.
compound.
It looks humid as all get out.
Well, the thing is, it was like friggin' 12 degrees out at that point.
Yeah.
There's ice fell out. Everything was iced up.
Yeah.
Oh god, I love their blue strobe though.
It does look great.
Especially with the snow down there, you can really see it.
Well, and what's more off too is like you can tell with saturation in either in camera saturation or in post saturation. I don't know how much if you even add any den whatsoever.
I do not.
So like you can tell by the hue on the stars that the blue's hue is consistent with the other colors' hues to a sense where it may be just a little lesser, but not too much. So like it's still got some vibrancy to it, which is
it's even brighter in person, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's even brighter without the other cake shooting off with it.
Yes. Oh, you can hear me cussing on this one. I beeped out the cussing,
yeah.
but I was just like, it fucking stopped. Are you fucking kidding me? And beep, beep.
Then the other cake's going off out randomly. It's got those like scrambler.
Because we get through the two
comments,
cakes.
too,
It's
up
like
there.
nice.
Yeah. Oh damn it! Another
Dude, I was
one.
so mad.
I love that. I love that sigh at the
Sigh
end.
of
There.
exasperation. But wait, there's more.
Do the Dolans and then fires and then. Sounds good.
I got it, boss. I do it. Did you have somebody out on the field?
Yeah, well, I
Send it
had I had 2 people helping set up. We were all on walkies as well.
Yeah.
So, and we were running out at the end of the night because we were just going to do the Dolas last. Because the Dolas in the mid-show killed us last time when they set the woods on fire.
So when it finally picked back up, was it because they lit it?
No. Nope. Nobody went near it.
Really? It just did it just finally passed fire.
Oh, does that take me to your leader
It's
up
a
there?
hang fire then.
What was that?
That's crazy.
That was the gunslinger Girandola.
Ah.
I think that's lit.
So,
no, the first raccoon compound cake I had die on me was War Machine. Okay.
Yeah.
We set War Machine up. We hit the button. The first row went on the first cake.
Yeah.
Really?
Nothing went. Nothing else went. We're like, well, that's going to be a pain in the butt to light up after that. So we're like, we're giving it the cool down. Okay. I started taking the cameras apart. I'm like, I'll fight with it later.
Get in there, baby.
15-minute timer goes off. We go out into the field. We're starting to clean stuff up. We're at 17 minutes. Second row went off.
Second row goes. There it goes.
So we're ducking because we're right near the damn thing and it's angled way out. Second row goes off. All right, we all back out. Give it another 15 minutes. 7 minutes later, third and fourth row went.
It's like lightning. It's like lightning in a baseball game, man.
I was like,
you see it once and you just gotta wait.
It was killing me, man. And that's an outstanding cake, War Machine. I paid a lot of money for that cake.
Yeah. So how would you guys use this in context with a pyro musical? Actually, Jamie, this was your pick. So how would you use this in context with your pyro musicals?
I personally would use it I wouldn't shoot it as a compound.
Yeah.
I would personally shoot individual cakes, specifically either having 2 of the same cake, left and right position, or in my center position to help fill my lows and mids, especially with those unique strobing effects, because there's so many times I hear people, they make blue strobing? Not really, but you can find it when it comes to a pearl like that.
Yeah.
And it's very, very unique. So on a consumer side or a crowd for spectators, they're like, oh, never seen that at Phantom.
Yeah.
So it gives some unique effects. It gives the patriotic color scheme. And what crowd doesn't like a loud, hard-hitting, mid-level shell going off? It's just an all-around good crowd cheering cake.
Right.
To fill in the mid-highs.
If you have a
mid-lows.
patriotic song with the flag waving too, run that scrambler cake. So then you get those swimming stars going every which way to simulate that too.
Yeah.
Well, and like these 1,000-gram compound cakes, dude, they get up there. So like a lot of times, even though it has a rising effect with that blue strobe,
you get you in the mid high.
Yeah, you get into the mid high and the high with these. Like you're essentially you're bolstering that up a little bit, so you can actually clear out enough space in the lows to put something else below it to kind of completely fill up the spectrum, because you're getting such a wide spread on this. Den, do you know? I mean, were you impressed with the spread on this?
Yeah, that is probably like 175-foot spread off of that one. It's angled out so far. Because the 2 stations again are 50 feet apart on the right and the left.
Yeah,
and it's clearing over that. Easy.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, and you see how low those bores are when the top's off, they'd be punching right through the cardboard box. I cut them down so it reduces the fire risk a little bit.
Yeah.
This thing's got a nice wide spread, great hit. It has really good height. And Raccoon has beautiful color, beautiful lace. The swimming effect is great. I did really like it. Besides it stopped at Cake 2.
Right.
It's also, with all that, it fills up a large amount of the sky. For those who don't have a whole lot of equipment or trying to do a pyro musical, it can be an area where, like you said, you got a patriotic song going. You're shooting this off. Everybody's happy. It's doing what you need. You're worried about denting it up. Then you can just, fuse each row and, have a little bit more control. But you don't have to have 75 single shots or 17 cakes going off for anywhere from 15 seconds to 17 minutes. So it really saves your cues for those who are looking, it's like, I want something cool, but I don't have all the equipment to shoot 1,000 cues.
Yeah.
Right. But then you could still throw up some mines to fill up the low
Exactly.
range, some red,
If
white,
you've got
and blue
the equipment.
mines.
Yeah.
It still gives you the ability to do both if you have the power.
So this is a perfect example of something that clears out enough room and enough space in the lows to where, you could use something like Rogue Enforcer under it, enough of them to really fill out that space. And then, you take a NOAB and put that up above it, and you've essentially filled the entirety of your vertical spectrum, like hardcore, like you've blanketed it to that point. So it's like this.
So your crowd says, is that 1-3?
Yeah, right. All right. Good pick, man. I like that one.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. So this one, this is I'm gonna do this one first because this is kind of a gripe for me.
Oh boy.
And it's a gripe only because I don't think they make this anymore. They changed the cake. So Folds of Honor from World Class is always been like a donation cake for them. Like when you buy the cake, a certain amount of the proceeds go to a foundation, which I think is awesome. And for years, the cake was formatted like this. It's red, white, and blue mines in row 1, red, white, and blue horsetails in row 2, and red, white, and blue breaks in row 3, and then it rinse, washes, and repeats as it goes through that. But this is one of Dad and I's favorite angle cakes that we use to supplement slower sections of patriotic musicals and musical numbers before they changed the format. It was amazing for pull aparts too.
The format sounds great. Why would you change that?
Exactly.
Like that sounds like 3 rows of beauty.
Yeah, especially if you look at what they've changed it to, because now they changed it to essentially a vertical aerial repeater that's really kind of watered down. But when you see this cake, like the first time we shot this, it became a staple for like 6 years at the lake when we do the intro to the body of the show, because we shoot some like really some real feel good patriotic music, and this was absolutely perfect for that.
I really like the name of it with the flag folded up on it as well. Like that's very thematic.
Yeah,
that's a great 3-layer mine.
Yep.
Well, the 3 colors.
I love 3-layer mines. Oh my!
Exactly. Like those horsetails are gorgeous,
beautiful,
and that's unique. Yep. I mean, that's a consumer cake.
Yeah.
No, that's a gorgeous cake.
Yeah.
They should never have touched that.
They should have never touched it. It was it was recommended to us, and I never bought this admittedly by the cake I never bought it, by the case. This was back before we started buying it, well before World Class ever did any of their wholesale program for consumer use. You had to be a genuine wholesaler to get a wholesale list. But, we would go and buy this thing in bulk at retail shops. We would find it and just kind of stockpile it. And that's what we would use for years. But that 3-layer mine, you look at that and then you kind of see where, like Dominator and some of these other guys maybe got the ideas for really cool 3-layer mines in some of their pro line effects, because they essentially made a
coming soon.
Yeah, right.
My next one.
I really hope, who knows? Maybe we'll finish doing this and we'll just send a timestamp to the kind people at Jake's and say, hey, can you please bring this back? Because this was an absolutely gorgeous cake. Because if you look at the new one, it's a vertical repeater that's just kind of red, white, and blue, and then it's got some palms in it, but it's definitely nothing like what it used to be. And if you zoom in on the cake down here on the side of it, they'd say special price for the cake is $30. Do you remember when an angle cake was last time? It was $30 for a 500 gram cake.
Retail on the shelf.
Yeah.
As a new guy, I've never seen that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll take them all.
Yeah. But I mean, every single one of the effect rows features white strobe and then just a nice mix of red and blue that are intertwined in. You know,
that row is just gorgeous right there.
Yeah, the water, like the horsetail row is the row that really did it for us. Like when I saw the mines, and I think I instantly fell in love with it, but like I got pushed over the edge, and I was like, God, this is something that we have to get every year.
Well, the horsetails back then weren't real huge in the consumer market either.
Oh my God.
Or the pro
at
line,
all.
especially to get in a consumer line.
Yeah.
Did you guys only go to my page half the time? Jesus.
I specifically
I know that bench too.
No, I know. No, for like
Only go to the best.
I made sure that when I was looking for my cakes, I'm like, you know what? I love world class stuff. Admittedly, my entire list of stuff tonight is made up of world class, but I went to your page to see if you demoed it before. I'm like, I'm not going to just grab, some schlub YouTubers stuff. I just want Den's videos if he's got it.
I have very few world class around me, sadly.
Well, what was funny. We'll get back to this when we come back and do guerrilla warfare. But because
I got a story about this one too.
Okay. All right, Den, you're up next.
All right, I am going with Winda, who has really been growing on me lately. Proudly we hail. I really liked this one. We have red, white, and blue falling leaves. We have red, white, and blue brakes. You can see the alternating bore layout on this one for
is it a vertical
brakes
cake,
and smaller.
just straight aerial?
It is an angled.
Okay, it is angled?
Yep.
Cool.
And if we come over here, get that guy to shut up and stop talking.
Now it starts out some
okay.
Look at that.
Whistle the red and blue falling leaves. Now we go with the vertical brakes right up.
I love the cakes that kind of feature stages where they completely change the shape of the cake. I really do like those.
Yeah, and then you get that nice little crackle tail up.
Yeah, well, I mean, it really breaks up the monotony of cakes. Guys that like Staples in Dad and I's show, for example.
Oh, look at that.
He has to
and
have
look at him
cakes
arcing back down too. And now the brakes change to match those as well.
That's impressive.
That's a pretty volley.
You want to know what's more impressive? Is those crickets who aren't scared of the fireworks.
So those are actually peeper frogs.
They're what?
They're peeper frogs. Those are actually frogs.
They sound like crickets.
And they don't care. They don't care what's going on, man. It does not bug them at all.
That is funny.
Yep, those are frogs in the swamp.
Huh.
That's
like
how
by a swamp.
That's how you know I'm doing a spring shoot at my house. This one, I'm really glad I bought a case of, and I'm saving the other 3 for the 4th.
Yeah.
It is.
I like the different mix of effects as you go through it. It starts with the peonies, then you go into the little crackle bombs. Oh, don't go ahead. Hey, everyone, welcome back. So, I like this one, and it's one of the rare patriotic wrap cakes lately that actually is red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
I have bought so many that have this beautiful flag or the eagle, and you're like, yeah, America.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's green, orange, purple.
That stuff makes me mad.
Yeah.
So mad.
When your description says shoots flaming balls, and then I get home and it's green and yellow.
Did not understand. Right. Did not understand the assignment.
Well, I just did Code Blue by Cutting Edge. I still got to take the demo.
AJ made that cake.
It's this beautiful blue wrap. It's this beautiful all blue wrap. It says Code Blue. I'm stocking up on red, white, and blue stuff. Right. I just bought it. I didn't even read it.
Yeah.
It's a red green cake.
That's insane. I noticed that. I watched when I was on World Class's website, I clicked it because I thought the artwork looked bitch, and I thought it looked really good.
Yeah.
And then I click it and I'm like, what? This should be a lot more. There should be a lot more blue than this.
There should be some blue. There's
Yeah.
zero blue in it. Zero.
Wow. They didn't get the color combinations right. You can't make blue with green and red.
I think you maybe rewrapped the wrong cake.
Yeah. So that was my 500 gram pick.
Cool.
I like it because of the mix of effects and.
Where would you use
twinkles.
where would you use this in the context of any show? Like I understand, like stuff like this is really difficult, I think, personally, to use in a pyro musical, but this is great, like Jamie said, to supplement show bodies.
I plan on actually using that one in just a regular non-musical show.
Yeah. Yep.
It's just going to be fireworks with music.
Yeah.
And that's it. And just send up a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if I was scripting with it, it would be cut it apart. You know, rockets red glare. You could use some of those red glitter tails coming out of it.
Those are pretty bad. Those are nice.
Yeah, and that they break in the sky and then come out too. So you could take the red comet row before it, and then the breaks that follow it, where it's that same red comet, but it's coming out of the sky.
It'd be like crossets.
Fire them both at the same time, so you get the look, and then they just break out of it, and you could have some fun with that.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So to use it in a musical, it's definitely a cut it apart and rip out the effects you want.
Yeah. Well, and because
but you get creative with it.
That fuse is it's unpredictable in the sense that those staged cakes look great if you can get them to change stages at the same time, especially if you're using multiples across the front line. You know, you got 5 positions, you're shooting all of them. If you match every single one of those stages to go off at the same time, that's a great effect. Like that'll translate really well to the crowd, regardless of, you know, how controlled and how synced it is, because symmetry is extremely important in a pyro musical setting, even if that symmetry just exists in the ignition of the cakes, right, across the front line. Because obviously anything beyond the ignition, you don't necessarily have the most control over.
Right.
But very good. Jamie, what's next on your list, my dude?
What we have next, I did not bother looking to see if Den had this, because this is my gold mine.
Yep.
I found this years and years ago from Light at the Lake 2017, maybe?
Dude, this freaking cake is
what got me into pyro musicals. And I accidentally found it and like, oh my God, that's the cake.
Yeah.
Just the pause scene right there. Den needs to demo that one and see it for himself.
It's so good.
Okay. So
I have to stop buying you. Why'd you show me this?
I bought like 7 cases of this.
So hold on.
So I haven't had a chance to look for it.
For the people that aren't watching the video, this is Dominator. It's Pro Line. It's PFX 5438MN.
Very important.
Yes, MN.
You have to have the MN because the other one's shells, and that's not what you want.
Michael November MN. All right, it's a 30-shot red, white, and blue 3-layer mine cake. Take it away, Jamie.
It's a beautiful, vibrant, you know, like DeBose said, 3-layered mine. It's got a white strobe, a red glitter, and blue pearls. And it starts off, it's a 30-shot cake. It'll shoot 6 shots left to right, 4 times. And then the 5th time is all together. And I've used this in multiple ways, as slices, as instant slices, as single shots, as entire cakes. This is one of my favorite cakes to use for every scenario. And I find myself using it in every pyro musical I ever do, especially if it's patriotic.
Yeah. Yeah. And that consistency is like, it's for real. You know, I know that we have kind of griped and moaned and complained a lot over the years on Dominator's quality control and consistency, but like the number of times that I've purchased this cake, that consistency has always been there, which I found in red strobe, especially considering some of their comets. Like that compound has never struck me as the most consistent compound. It always tends to burn weird, in my opinion, but it's always been spot on in this cake.
That is just beautiful.
Yep.
And
If you use it as a single shot, it's not too big. It goes right up to the mid lows. It fills that entire spectrum because the white strobe, the red glitter, it's staying around for the duration of the effect, and it just twinkles away.
Yeah.
well, and that all fire row, you can see how even the effect fading is everywhere.
Yes.
Ask me how
And
many
the glitter
altogether
mine.
I have left.
You're gonna have one less because you're giving me one to put on the channel.
I'll give you a cake.
Yeah, I love
But
that.
that is my ultimate. You've heard it on the podcast. This is the cake I've been talking about.
Yeah, this is and it's super tight for a single shot, right? It's
a 4 to 1.
definitely not considered like it's a mine, but it's like the mouth of the mortar is not like your traditional 30. I don't know if it's like do you know what the caliber is of the shots? I think I pegged this
It's
as a
somewhere
30.
between 25 and 30,
Yeah.
but I think it's a 30.
But what's crazy is like a 30 millimeter mine, when you shoot that next to this, it's the mouth of the mortar is so much wider. Like the actual, what's this doing? It's going the wrong way. The mouth, like you get a much wider cone width on the star spread when it comes out of the mortar.
Right.
With this, it's not. It's super tight. It's super controlled, and you don't see that much in terms of
Spread.
spread in ProLine or what have you. Typically, if you want something that's that tight, you need to spend tons of money and go to some place like Ricasa or Next Effects, or go to some of these guys that are selling actual procs stuff. So that's why this one it's super special. And there's tons of applications and uses, like Jamie said, for pyromusicals.
Yeah, no, that's a winner. That's
Yes. You need to demo this for better timing.
I really do. All right, you know what? Marcus hasn't shipped my last order yet.
Throw one of those in there for me. Jamie
I
said
don't know.
so.
I hate to find out how hard it is to find that one right now. 'Cause I haven't bought it in a few years.
Well, I don't know.
I've still got 1.5 cases.
Look at you.
That means Dan can have 2.
Should not have told me that.
One for demo and one for usage.
I'll take you up on that. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So my second cake is
Ironically green.
That's ironically green. Well, actually, what's crazy is it's right. It's guerrilla warfare from World Class. I'll turn the volume down if one of you guys want to keep this
That's a violent rapper.
because this one moves, baby.
It should be rated
I think this is
PG-7 or
so
17.
it's a 30 shot 500 gram vertical, and it's packed for one. It starts, let me go to right here, let's kick it
The
off.
pace on this cake is
Dude,
great.
oh my god, I'll let it gets the recording in the background. Okay, so it starts off with like blue mines on the
Is
rising
this the
effect.
drone view?
No, this is the straight on, but I don't know, Den, is
This-
this
That's the drone view.
My older videos, I had a brake camera, a crowd camera, and a drone.
Gotcha.
Or some of
you
them I had
zoomed
the
in. I
brake and
seen
the
it
drone.
there.
Yeah.
I saw it
So
there.
now you get the
Lines.
crowd.
Yeah.
But I hadn't perfected my camera settings yet. So that blue mine looks way better in person.
Yeah, the blue mine is in the rising effect, and it breaks to white strobe with red dahlia stars. So, it's a good mix between the white strobe and the red in the break as well. The white strobe kind of acts as the primary backdrop of the break, with the red stars they're sparse enough to provide a solid accent through the breaks. It's super quick in its pace, which makes it perfect for kind of holding down the low and the mid level in vertical finale stacks. It burns for about 20 seconds and then has a brief pause before it hits that finale row, but you can get some insane mileage out of this case, and we use it all the time for fake finales because you can get a case of it, and your fake finale, you just take 2 of these suckers and you alternate them, and
2
like,
cases.
oh my God. Well, yeah, there you go. Where you just go small time and get 2 cases. But it's
2 cases
yeah,
at once,
it is
baby. Fake
solid,
finale.
buddy.
We're going to do it
is
right.
a solid cake. And
Have you seen my shows?
if you, what's awesome with this cake too is, I know there's some other companies that make cakes like these, but World Class has a couple that are kind
World
of
Class?
mid-level finale cakes like these. Like there's this one, this red, white, and blue, and then the other's Fighting Rooster. And Fighting Rooster has a number of other colors, and then has some, I don't want to say it's brocade, but it's almost like chrysanthemum-like breaks with some just like straight burning stars in it. But, you know, like there's something that you could use to supplement whatever finale vertical stack you're going for in your show.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
it is.
and the pace on that, the brakes on it for consumer, it's a great cake.
It hits nice and hard too.
Yep. So
Should
that
call
is
this
actually
the money loss episode.
The money loss episode.
that's every time we buy fireworks.
Yeah, right. The fallacy of sunk cost episode.
We're literally gonna just watch our money burn up in the air and love every second of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Every time I watch a fireworks video, it costs me money. It's a bad experience.
Should not have shown me that. Should not have shown me that at all.
Well, you can ask Dexter in a few weeks what he did to me.
You got to buy a bunch of stuff.
He sent me a video.
Where do you go, Nate?
Actually, he sent me 7 videos.
Where do you go, Nate?
Mhm.
All right.
He's a bad boy.
Dan,
7 videos and no meat.
it's 7 videos and no meat. Yeah. You would have said, you're right. Send the meat and then you're going to get paid. Jamie's going to send you some money too. Take my money. All right, Dan, let's go. Let's come down the home stretch here on the last 3. What do you got for us?
So I'm closing out with canister shells because you could
They go
fuse the
boom.
rack, you can direct match them, you can do whatever you want to do.
They're 5-inch.
These
Yeah.
come 12 to a pack. They are 5-inch. You have 3 that are only red. You have 3 that are only white, 3 that are only blue. No, 2 of each, sorry.
Yeah.
2 only red, 2 only white, 2 only blue. And the other 6 are red, white, and blue combined.
Are the shells labeled?
Yes.
Okay.
The shells are... So, the solid white, the solid red, the solid blue are those solid
blue.
ones.
Okay, gotcha.
And then the multicolored ones are multicolor, and it's written on them as well.
Because, dude, that was the biggest thing that drove me nuts with canister shells for the longest time. Is they were
Putting the tubes in upside down?
No, they were so inconsistently labeled. Like I used to hate that with Excalibur shells. They were
They're
half
not
the time
labeled.
they were what they said they were.
Silver,
Yep.
silver palm
Yeah.
with red lace, and it's green.
Blue peony, right? Oh,
So
yeah,
I
that's pretty,
direct
dude.
matched all of these so you can see all ones
Got
coming out.
consistency.
Yeah, so they're direct matched.
The height
The
is
white didn't
consistent.
go off on that, but
The brakes
they're
consistent.
yeah, and they're exactly what they say. Those
That's
red, white, and blue ones are beautiful. And then here are the peonies. That's just really nice.
It is, and they sound like they hit pretty hard. That's all
They
3 colors.
they
Nice.
hit, they echo. That one, the white didn't go off.
Yeah,
The blue
4
is
cases
good.
of those look pretty bad.
I didn't catch it in time.
They get done.
And I believe there's 612 to the case.
yeah.
So I'm gonna and cans. Yes, you can fuse the rack if you want. You can direct match them like I did here to go up whenever you want on the beats.
Yeah.
And these are direct matched. You can use that timing pretty darn close
Oh yeah.
for it. They're
Yeah.
all really close in the timing.
Yeah, that's totally passable if you're trying to create a volley.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And to get, these are only red, white, and blue shells. I don't have to buy a
And
case
they're round.
and pick out the
Yeah.
couple I need.
And they're
Outstanding
actually
shells.
spherical. They're not conical.
Yes.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
look more like
Which
a
is
ball shell.
impressive. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're
So
nice
the ball
tight
shell
brakes.
instead of a 5-inch tube. That's impressive.
With that size of the brake, though, man, because they brake big.
Mm-hmm.
That
About how high are they going up? Because they seem like they're going pretty high.
yes, I have not measured this, but the oaks and the pines in the background are 125-foot pines, and they're
Nice.
going way up over
Way
them.
up
Really?
there.
Yeah, they
Which
had
means that
out of a lot of the shells I did that night, they had the best height, and they still break way down and big on it.
seems like
That
we're bartering fireworks.
I wish
I'm
Declared
out of
mines
them. I
for
used them all.
shells.
I used them all.
I wish that red and blue burnt just a little longer than it does. Because
Just shoot another
it's
one.
Yeah.
really quick. But
More. Yeah, the blue does burn out pretty quick.
I mean, they're
That's
really
a typical
quick.
blue problem.
Yeah.
It's when you
I'll
get
tell
a
you
good
what,
blue,
that
it's
shell
great.
though, like the strobing shell and with the mix
The-
of stars is
Mm-hmm.
it's
The
very pretty.
multicolor shell is
Yeah.
gorgeous.
And how
white
many?
stripe is-
What's the math on that? How many of the multicolored shells would you get in a case?
So if you get 6 sets, you get 36.
Yeah. Okay.
Today's video, we are doing a red.
This is not bad. I mean, you could totally. How would you guys use that in context with a patriotic show?
I personally would use it as finale, just red, white, and blue, just shell after shell after shell, volley after volley. That's how I would use it.
Yeah.
I would probably, instead of direct matching them all three in the row in series, I'd probably walk the red, white, and the blue individual. But then the multi-shells, I'd match those up in series. Rogue Enforcer going on underneath it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's because that's what I actually did. Is
Oh,
Rogue
yeah?
Enforcer doing its
Nice.
thing. That's how I used up the rest of my
Nice.
rest of these ones that I bought. And it looked great.
I love it, dude. Yeah, canister shells are interesting. You don't necessarily, I guess, in a scripted sense, you don't see a lot of designers designing with them in shows, but it's completely feasible to do it. I love
We
the
use
idea.
62s all the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why not direct match a bunch of cans for less
Yes.
money?
Yeah. And well,
And it's another layer in the sky underneath the 62s as well.
totally. Yeah. But, NFA, I think in the NFA competition back in 2014, we were only given so many canister shells, and I think one of them was Echo in the Ear. But I used those, but there was another one that had a rising mine effect with it, and it was awesome because we did exactly that. We angled the racks and then chained them together in a volley, and we used them almost like poor man slices, like an angle cake, 30 millimeter angle cake, to send up a volley and then hit right on the bead, and it works great.
Neon beef.
And
Yeah.
I love mines and cans, and there's some great ones with mines, tails, comets.
Yeah,
Check out Air Power by Happy Family.
yeah.
Oh, that's a good brand.
Air power.
The Air Power, the best comet I've seen going up in a can. It was wide, it was bushy,
That's awesome.
it
Is
was
that air as an AIR or air as an AJERROR?
the first one, AIR. Not airing on the side of caution.
Or air, HEIR?
Air HEIR. Oh my god! All
You
right,
got to be Pacific.
Jamie, what's your creme de la creme here?
Ironically, my best friend couldn't make it, and he happened to put the third one on here for himself that I'm like, wait, that was going to be my third one, so I'm stealing it. So where did it go?
Great minds think alike, it sounds
That's right.
like.
Just don't tell him. So this is it's a 10 shot. I want to say it's 2-inch bore. It's a nice medium high shell cake, and I personally use this as in my cakes positions, multiple shooting off at the same time.
So this is for everybody that's listening and not watching. This is Star Spangled Mammoth by Dominator Fireworks. What's the
this
item
is the
number
consumer
on this?
version. What is the consumer version of the model number? Den.
Actually, I could probably.
I am not the walking index and master you guys all say I
just
am.
had it. What happened? It gone. Why not?
Huh?
Why not? Why not? I didn't write it down.
Because I am a failure.
Oh, there it is. DM5412.
Correct. DM5412 is the consumer version.
My eyes aren't as bad as I
Pro
thought.
line is available too. So the consumer version, when you shoot it up as a cake, has a finale row. So I like using this just to fill a body, not necessarily hit a time per se. Maybe a less hitting on a spot, but more filling a slow spot or a part of a song that I just want red, white, and blue. But I'm not opposed to shooting single shells out of these to utilize it, and you'll see why here.
These 2-inch
Yes.
Star Spangled Mammoth, and it's a mix of stars.
It's red, blue, and white strobe.
Cool.
And those look like rings?
No, they're shells.
Okay. On the side pic, it looked like they had a donut hole in them.
Yeah, that's
They
what
did.
it looked like too.
They did. It wasn't a den video.
I like that I do like that the mortars are spaced in that.
They're spaced very well, so you could actually match them and still leave them in the cake. Or you could pull them out and rack them.
Yeah.
I don't know what video AJ picked here, so
Pyro Nation.
there we go.
All right. So you got standard blue pistol with
Red strobe, white strobe,
and a blue
and blue.
pistol. Cool.
And that white strobe and the red lasts a while, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really does hang for quite
There's
a bit.
the finale row.
Yeah. It's a good mix, and it's the old school blue that's not going to burn for a ton of time. But
So I shoot more.
yeah, you just shoot more of them.
Just small time.
Yeah, no, I mean, like that's no doubt. I'm assuming that's a 4-1 pack.
It is a 4-to-1
Yeah,
in a consumer or pro line version.
sweet. Yeah, I dig it, dude. You can't there's so many uses for shells in the high spectrum.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like those typically a lot more than dealing with canisters and fusing or direct matching. It's just a little bit easier, but they also come down in the height a little bit typically, so I can get that mid-high in addition to using the higher shells to really, especially if I'm getting into a finale where I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to blow your mind. Let's just go crazy with some symmetrical to it,
Yeah, and symmetrical breaks are important, right? And I think that but Dominator's typically good for their higher caliber shells and the symmetry that goes
The
into
height's
them.
pretty consistent between every shell. The timing, if you're shooting as a cake, they're pretty, they're spaced out. It's not perfect,
Yeah,
but that's not expected.
yeah. Holy cow! Looks like a cow. Holy cow! It looks like a cow because it's white. It's got white spots. Holy cow!
The spotted cow.
It's a spotted cow. Is there any other kind? I think the answer to that is yes. There is.
Yeah, you get the Herefords, the brown cows,
Of
and
course
you got...
There's a steak cow. There's the milk cow.
I like it, Jamie. All right, and I think I'm gonna. So
Thanks, AJ.
thanks, AJ. So
He's here in spirit.
here in spirit. Okay, I think I have this set to.
He's here in cow.
Yeah, I think I have this set to repeat, so we shouldn't have to keep resetting it. All right, but this last one is inked by World Class.
wow.
Yeah, this is a like I was saying on Jamie's is you cannot go wrong with high level performance performers in the vertical, and Inked is a NOAB. It's got huge symmetrical white strobing brakes and they have alternating blue and red pistols. You can kind of see it in the video.
They're very quick.
Yes.
You can see them flash quick. Yeah.
Especially if you want to focus on a white strobe segment with the splash.
Yeah.
This is kind of cool. So you're not over dominating it with red and blue, but you're keeping along the color scheme if you have that incorporated.
Totally.
So that's really nice.
That has to light up the whole field too.
Oh, and
with that strobe, it looks huge.
Absolutely,
I like that right there.
Massive brakes.
That was impressive. That red just was. It was almost color changing is the way it looked.
Absolutely massive brakes.
And they are just so spherical. That's perfect.
Because they're so impressive, when you get something that hits this hard and it maintains its symmetry, you're left with a great multi-purpose shell that you can really use to open up any one given point of emphasis in a piece of music. You can, and because it's a NOAB, it's extremely accessible in being able to get to and match all the shots. So you essentially have, 62 millimeter, like pre-packed single shots, like, cause this is completely usable just about
on
anywhere.
A 4x8.
Yeah. On a 4x8. Yeah. Put something like
Just
this
saying.
on the top of your finale stacks. If you've got some of those canister shells, you could put those in there. They're going to break they're going to break up there with these. They're not going to get quite as high as these, but they'll break right under it. It's the cherry on top of a stellar finale stack. If you're going for a red, white, and blue effect, it's primarily white. But
I have a question for Jamie though. I was just thinking of, if you broke that down, have you thought about on your 4x8 just stacking them on top of each other? And you fire the top one first, and then you fire the next one down, and it blows that tube out of the way.
Have you looked at my 4x8s?
Are they literally stacked on top of each other? Are they literally just 9 in a row, like in a bake tube?
Drone Sword's a great one to do that with.
Yes.
Just ask David.
Yeah.
He did it.
Yep, he did it.
He did it, and it turned out very, very well.
Yeah.
Proud of him.
Yeah. All right. Well,
no, that looks nice. I do wish I had a Jake's
Dennis
near
buying
me.
another one.
Well, no, that one I'm kind of safe for because I don't have a Jake's account yet. I don't really have World Class near me right now, so I'm safe for now.
You got a keyboard, right?
You know what's crazy though?
Yeah, but I have a bank account that got hit hard this weekend.
Crazy enough, I have Jake's wholesale consumer price list, and it's really just a website that they give you access to, but this is not on it. This is not on it.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like some of their bigger cakes, I guess they will only sell those to wholesalers. I'm sure that has something to do with supply chain. Maybe they just don't make enough of them, and they want to maximize their resale for them. But I don't know.
Well, and it's weird that they don't have cutting edge as an option either, unless you buy a container.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to him out at NFA.
Yeah. Did they give you any semblance as to why they do that? I mean, is it just their business focus? They want to focus on traditional retailers. That has to be it.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Huh.
You do a big order or
We don't want to mess with it. It's just too much work. Yeah.
You're buying a container? Cool, we'll talk.
Yeah.
You want 20 cases? Come on. Come on.
And then,
let's go back here.
And then,
all right, man. Well, that's it, guys. That's it for this week. I think we did 3 cakes apiece, all red, white, and blue. We hope that you guys are gearing up for the 4th of July. This episode's being recorded on the 21st of May. 2024.
Or Memorial Day. We got that coming up too.
We got Memorial Day weekend. We hope that you have a stellar Memorial Day weekend. Go shoot something and have fun.
Be safe.
Yeah, Den, are you doing anything for Memorial Day?
If the weather allows me to, I'm hoping to do Saturday. Rain date is Sunday.
Yeah.
If it's anything like the past 10 weeks, it's going to rain both days, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
Now, my man, I'll cross my fingers for you.
You doing an actual show?
I would appreciate it. No, demo shoot.
Oh, then rain or shine, demo it up, baby.
Yeah.
IRL, man. We shoot shows in the rain. We got to see how the product works in the rain, too.
He's not lying.
Yeah, but I do want a lower humidity time.
Hey, we need every key scenarios to just do both. Do
all
a
of
rainy
our
day and a clear day.
All of our rain's coming with 35, 40 mile an hour winds lately.
Okay, now you got to be safe. You ruined it for everybody.
I know. Darn safety. But I've had 11 compound cakes, 12 3-inch NOABs.
Love it, dude.
I've got
oh my Lord.
100, 200 gram cakes and like 30, 500 grams of cakes sitting at the shoot site.
Oh, nice.
Luckily, he let me use his container, made room for me.
Yeah.
Because I've hauled it back and forth 3 times.
That's awesome, dude. So how many videos is that going to give us?
How many drone batteries are going to go through?
So this shoot, the way I have it planned out, it should give me 70 videos.
That's great, dude.
Dear Lord.
That's so awesome.
So I did get a small shoot in 2 weeks ago as soon as the rain stopped.
Yeah.
That I'm still editing. That one gave me 52. But I plan on, because I wanted to double post from June 1st all the way to July 4th.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so far behind right now. I'm so far behind. The trailer is full of match stuff.
What are you doing? What are you doing talking to us?
Well, I got to hang with my friends sometimes.
Oh God! Stop talking about
boy.
it. Go do some editing. Go do some videos.
Stop talking about it. That's what I'm doing as soon as we hang up here.
Start working on it.
I keep working on it.
Keep working on it. Yeah.
No rest for the wicked.
No rest for the wicked.